Hey, welcome back. I was on a video call with my cousin in Dhaka last night, and halfway through, the screen froze, then went black. The power had gone out, again. A heat wave had pushed the grid past its limit. And as we waited for his phone battery to die, I wasn't just thinking about the heat. I was thinking about the man on the local news here, in a crisp suit, being interviewed about the massive investment opportunity in private, diesel-powered backup generators for the global south. The disconnect was so violent, it took my breath away. That feeling, that specific chill, is where we begin today. I'm Ibnul J. Farabi, and this is the Unraveling Thread. Today, we're pulling on one of the most unsettling threads in our modern tapestry. Episode 18, The Disaster Capitalist Playbook, Real-Time Profiteering in the Climate Chaos. We've all seen the images, the floods, the fires, the storms that are now so frequent they barely keep their names before the next one arrives. The human cost is immeasurable, but if you listen closely, beneath the sirens and the cries, there's another sound. The quiet, efficient hum of spreadsheets being updated, of venture capital funds being raised, of contracts being drafted. It's the sound of a market adapting. A market that sees not just tragedy in a burning forest or a drowning city, but a landscape of new demand. This is the Disaster Capitalist Playbook, and it's being executed in real time, using our climate crisis as its foundational text. The playbook isn't new. The term was popularized by Naomi Klein, describing this shock doctrine where large-scale crises are used to push through radical, exploitative policies that would be impossible in calm times. But what we're seeing now is its evolution into a kind of hyper-efficient, financialized model. It operates on a simple, brutal logic. First, you help create or exacerbate the vulnerability. Then, you position yourself as the only one who can sell the solution. Let's break down how this is playing out. First, there's the direct monetization of survival. Think about the wildfires out west. As public firefighting services are stretched to the breaking point, we've seen the rise of private, subscription-based firefighting services for the wealthy. For an annual fee, your mansion gets added to a priority protection list. It's insurance, but it's more than that. It's a literal marketization of safety, where your ability to pay determines whether a fire truck turns down your street. It creates a two-tiered system of survival. Or look at water. As aquifers drain, companies are buying up water rights, not to conserve, but to bottle and sell back at a premium, or to bank for future, even higher profits. The resource itself becomes a financial asset, hoarded while communities run dry. Then, there's the more insidious layer, the financial instruments that bet on despair. The world of catastrophe bonds, or cat bonds, where investors profit if a specific disaster doesn't happen. It turns hurricanes and heat waves into abstract risk commodities in a global casino. Or the hedge funds that use satellite data to predict crop failures in real time, then make speculative bets on food commodity prices, which can drive up the cost of bread and rice for the very people whose farms are failing. The disaster is no longer just a physical event. It's a data point in an algorithm designed to extract value from its consequences. And perhaps the most galling segment of this playbook is the promise of the techno fix. The billionaires selling grand and proven geoengineering schemes to dim the sun or suck carbon from the sky. These are not public works. They are private ventures seeking patents and government contracts. They say, the public sector has failed, only we can build the ark. But an ark with a ticket price no ordinary person can afford is just another exclusive club. It allows the very industries that fueled the crisis to pivot and present themselves as the saviors, all while continuing business as usual. It's the ultimate pivot, from arsonist to firefighter, charging for the water. I wrestle with this because, as an engineer and entrepreneur, I believe in solutions. I believe in building things that work. The line between a vital innovation and a profiteering scheme can look very thin from a distance. Is a company that develops efficient, modular seawalls a hero or a villain? It depends entirely on who owns the wall, who it protects, and who is left outside. The playbook exploits this ambiguity. It co-opts the language of resilience and innovation, emptying it of its moral core. The question stops being, how do we save everyone? And becomes, how do we secure our assets? This hits home for me, personally. Bangladesh is on the front lines of climate change. When I hear about climate-resilient infrastructure projects funded by international private equity, I have to ask, resilient for whom? Is it the high-tech, gated community in Dhaka or the village in the Delta that's being solinified? Too often, the money flows to the former, branding it as the future, while the latter is told to adapt or be left behind. This is the playbook in action. The crisis creates a new market, and that market, by its nature, serves those who can pay. So where does that leave us? With a critical lens, we must become forensic listeners. When we hear a pitch for a grand solution, we need to ask the oldest, simplest questions. Who owns it? Who controls it? And who gets left out? The disaster capitalist thrives in the shadow of despair, in the urgency that short-circuits our democratic scrutiny. Their most powerful tool is the idea that there is no alternative to their product. The real unraveling, the real resistance, is in reasserting that there are alternatives. They are just less profitable. They are called public investment, community sovereignty, regulated utilities, and the radical idea that safety, from fire, from flood, from famine, is not a luxury good. It is a human right. The true climate resilience we need to build isn't just in concrete and code. It's in our social contracts. It's in deciding that we will not allow the logic of the market to dictate who is worth saving and who is not. This episode of The Unraveling Thread was produced by Light Knot Studios. You can find more of our work and join this ongoing conversation at lightknotstudios.com. If this resonated with you, please share it with one person. It's in these conversations, in pulling these threads together, that we start to see the whole fabric and maybe, just maybe, begin to reweave it into something stronger. Thanks for listening. I'll be back soon.